at SureHarvest, we often get asked two questions by clients, existing customers, potential customers. First question is, what is sustainability? And the second question is, how can my company or organization benefit from sustainability? Now, in answering that question, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through an example using what we call the 5 Ps of sustainability. And going through those 5 Ps actually answers both those questions. What is it, why do it, and the benefits that you might get out of that. So, the first P is the principles. So the principles are what set your strategic direction. They are your compass. That's where you look and say, we are going in this particular strategic direction. Those principles may be profitability, environmental performance, social equity, employee morale. There could be all types of different principles that you're seeking to address. How we actually turn principles into operations are looking at our processes. Our processes are those business management areas. They're water management, energy management, human resources, how we deal with our neighbors and communities, how we deal with the larger issue of, say, ecosystem management. Those are those areas. And in our case, we're going to go through an example of water use and water management. So that process area is water management. Within water management are the nuts and bolts practices, and this is really the third P. These are the activities that you do within your management area. So in water management, we might have irrigation events, and these could be timed at the beginning, middle of the season. How we put those together, when we apply, how much water is applied, how does that decision get made, are really our nuts and bolts practices. And in this day and age, a lot of that in terms of irrigation can be done with technologies that are now readily available. Those may be web-based, weather systems, looking at soil moisture, all kinds of technologies to really enable making the decision and then capturing that data and using it to make better decisions moving forward. There's also technologies that are as simple as a handheld or smartphone. And in these cases, you could be recording that information right then and there as the irrigation event's happening, or looking at the outcome from that. Is the soil moisture where I want it to be? Are the plants responding to that irrigation? Now, the fourth P is performance. And this is really puts in place the metrics to know how we're doing on managing our processes and our practices. So in this case, I'm going to give an example. In water management, we might look at total water applied divided by the total demand of the plant. So ideally, we apply just enough water to meet the plant demand, but not too much water to overwater or not too little water to stress the plant out. So we're going for a performance metric of, and in this case, this performance metric is looking at water use efficiency. Now, lastly, we want to tie that all back together into looking at, we have performance metrics to measure, and then we go through a process of managing that. And the way we do that is really looking at what progress will be made. So in our case of water use efficiency, we may have a target of 100%, which is really in that middle. That might be perfectly applied amount of water to the demand. But oftentimes, because perhaps our systems are not as fine-tuned, or we don't have the data available, or we haven't put in place the feedback loops, maybe we're getting 60 or 70 or 80%. So sustainability is implementing these 5 Ps to be able to optimize on, say, in this case, water use efficiency. The benefits are going to be healthier plants, less water used, cost savings, and contributing to society in terms of using only the resources that you need to produce the crop and the quality that your customers expect from you.